Good, my friend.
We're on.
We're on.
For the first time ever.
So how do we start? I guess this is the first question.
That's the real question. No, see, I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, disclaimer. But then I couldn't figure out a good disclaimer. Like, please don't get mad at us for saying words. Like, we're gonna say words. Please don't get mad at us for saying these words. That's...
Is there a specific set of words, or was it just for words in general?
Just all words, you know. I was thinking about, like, the topic. We're gonna be talking about some topics, and we are very opinionated people, and patience with our strong-headedness. Accept our foolishness and let us know where we're not smart.
I feel like that disclaimer is not needed, since that's kind of like the internet in general. Is that people understand that you're just going to say what you want, and you better be willing to accept it, or you can reply in the comments.
Okay, no, that's fair. I see.
I was thinking how much I hate transitions into new things. Like, think about your first day at, like, school, you know?
Yeah.
And every single class is, like, a disclosure document. And you just have to sit through, and you go through all the late policies and all these things you won't remember. I hate when people do that when they get into new things or new jobs, and you spend the whole time just, like, going over policies and all that stuff. So I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Like this.
No
like,
policies.
Well, spend, like, 10 minutes describing the podcast.
Describe, right. No, that's not important.
Let's just pretend like we've done this for years.
We almost have. How long have we been friends? Long enough.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Not like multiple years.
The amount of experiences we had could add up to many years.
Yes.
The summation
yes,
is equivalent to many friendships. I would say. Many years of friendship.
Indeed.
I say we just jump to the first topic then.
Okay. Standing ovations.
Indeed.
Shall I preface this?
I was going to say yes. Let's give some context.
Okay. So, I'm part of a big choir, and recently we did a concert, and this choir is on point. They're really good.
It was an amazing choir, by the way. I went to the actual performance, and it was super good. So, anyways, yes. to give credit to Aaron's singing ability.
No. It's a big choir. That's the other good thing, so that I can cut out every once in a while. So we went to this choir concert, and afterwards, David comes to me, and he's like, it was really good, but standing ovations, like the world needs to figure out.
So maybe we should give some context from my perspective here.
Please.
So just so people know, it was a religious concert. You know, they sang a lot of religious music, and it was really cool because they did like videos about the songs beforehand. And there's one about like a lady that her mom died from cancer, and they described that this was the song that they sang to her while she was in hospice and thing. And so it's very like powerful and emotional in many places. And so one song, they had that video, and then they sang the song, and it was just really powerful and emotional, and that had like a standing ovation to it, and it was great. It's like, okay, you know, that deserves a standing ovation. It was just a powerful piece and a really good piece. Mm-hmm. But then you guys sang like songs to like Greatest Showman and like other things that people are still doing standing ovations. It's like, in comparison to that amazing song you had before, not every single piece deserved a standing ovation. Right? Like, it was an amazing concert, but in my opinion, standing ovations should be reserved for, you know, either really, really powerful pieces or just really amazing pieces and the end of the concert. Mm-hmm. But people in the audience didn't seem to understand this. They stood after like every single piece, and there was one guy that just drove me insane because every single time he was like catcalling and things like that after every piece. There's no credence to the standing ovation if you do it every single time. So I don't know if you feel the same way.
I feel exactly the same. Okay. So this mentality, the professional concert goer mentality, is so important, and I only started learning about it this last concert. Like, you don't show up in jeans and a t-shirt to a Bravenel Hall. It doesn't make, like, you're like, what do you, like, So people show up in jeans and t-shirt, and then they're standing ovation every time, and like cat calling that. Okay, no, that's unacceptable. For a concert, that's not okay.
If the people are wearing suits, that's not appropriate. It's a good rule of thumb, I would say.
Right. And I agree 100%. We have this problem oftentimes. It's come up more than once because this choir did another concert in a similar place, but the tickets were free, and so like people just came out of the woodworks. Like seven concerts or something were sold out. It was insane.
So all the crazies showed up. That's basically what you're describing.
Yes. All the people who like want to listen to the music but don't want to pay the Bravenel Hall entry fee came. They loved it. They loved it so much that every piece was a standing ovation. And it was like, no, guys, no! Like, if you guys would just sit down and stop clapping, we'd get to the next song. And then this concert, that's supposed to be a 2-hour concert, wouldn't take 2.5 hours. Because all you all can't just... Yeah. So I agree 100%.
It's hard to tell. You seem to be kind of passionate about this.
Yes. I am, just a touch. Ever since it was brought to my attention, it was like, okay, this is a problem. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to tell people, okay, for a concert, like, this is like a professional grade concert, so you better be coming for a professional grade concert, not like you're coming for some dinky high school concert or some other, some other free, smaller, good concert. But this is professional. Like, we're professionals, and you have to be a professional audience goer.
The goal of this podcast is to save the world, right? So,
right.
Ideal circumstances here. How would you get that across? Like, if you could do anything, like we have like a video as they're coming in. Sigourney Weaver does like a narration or, like a documentary style, how to behave in the concert hall as they're walking in. A hologram pops up.
Yes.
And she describes proper concert behavior to everyone as they're walking in.
If we could have a Sigourney Weaver do that would be, I would love that. You walk into the lobby, and it's just Sigourney Weaver's soothing, calming voice comes over the microphone, and it's just, welcome to Bravenel Hall. We're excited and glad that you came. Here's some things that you should do. I don't know.
And then she does the whole thing in like 3 different languages.
Para español. And then goes off in Spanish. Like, I think that would be ideal. Well, no. See, the problem with that is then people would show up in their jeans and their t-shirt.
And it's too late.
And it's too late. You've already lost the battle, because it's like, you should show up in this attire. And you're like, in jeans and t-shirt, you're like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't know. I don't know. Let me think. Ways to do it. So we could have maybe posters out in the lobby. I think anything in the lobby is too late, though. I think it's got to be like a cultural mental shift. I don't know. I don't know how to do that, though. I don't know how to communicate that to people. 2,000 people. How do you tell them? Okay, guys, like, you got to come to the concert, but you got to come as a professional concert goer. Like, that's what I need from you. And they'll be like, oh, what is that?
I think in general this just shows how hard it is to communicate to the public in general. It's really hard to get thousands of people to do something in a consistent manner.
That's true. Yeah, no, that's true.
I know that doesn't solve the problem. It just is a reinstatement of it, but
here we still have the problem. But it is a problem. I don't know. Let me think. On the tickets, that would be a place to put it. At least when I buy the tickets, it's you buy the ticket and then you print it off at home, and it's like this piece of paper with like ticket information on it, and it's got parking information, and like I know it's like a little bit. It might step on a lot of people's like pride a little bit to like put like an attire section and like what's that called? Like a concert goers, how you're supposed to act in a concert hall.
The word that came to mind was end user agreement, but that is not correct.
No, that's not. No.
I know what you're describing.
Yeah, like a little section that says, okay,
code of conduct type.
Yeah. Without like, it would have to be written very carefully as to sound like like professional. Like you're not like condescending. You're not like, okay guys, like you need to wear a tire. You need to wear like something kind of nice. I think that would be a good place to put it. It would only be useful to a point though, as well, because like how many people read the whole ticket?
Yeah.
Like
only civilized people that already know concert rules generally read the concert code of conduct.
Right. They just, yeah.
I don't think you're thinking big enough here, though.
Okay.
Right? We're assuming perfectly ideal conditions.
Okay.
Right? So I'm still going with, you print the ticket and there's a hologram of Sigourney Weaver that pops out of the page.
And
then she tells you the code of conduct.
Oh, better. I'll do you one better. Well, no, I can't do one better than a hologram of Sigourney Weaver on your paper. That would be amazing. But a video that you have to watch, a mandatory 30-second Sigourney Weaver video right before you can purchase the tickets. You like go to checkout, you're like, I'm going to buy these tickets. And you click on the buy button and it's like, pops up this little window of like Sigourney Weaver. And she's like, hey, so before you buy these tickets, just so you know, you should have your concert attire figured out. And if you do a standing ovation every time, the alien's gonna come and get you. So you be careful. Don't you do too many standing ovations. And that'll be all. That'll be it. It'll close right there.
Does it have to like track your eyes to make sure that you like were watching?
Yeah.
Like it checks the volume on your computer to make sure it was up.
That
like,
it was
loud
all. And turn it. Yes.
Make sure speakers are like connected.
These are all
It
important.
does this huge like interface check on your computer to make sure you can properly hear the video.
Yes. No, I think that would be appropriate. I think that would be.
You have to take a 10-question quiz after.
A 10-question quiz. Who will come get you if you don't follow these rules? The alien. That's how this works.
So one time, my dad's a big Eagles fan, like the band, the Eagles.
Okay, yeah.
And we went up to one of their concerts. And so it was me and my brothers and my mom and dad. We all went to this Eagles concert.
Okay.
And they had this big, huge sign, projected behind the Eagles where they had all the pictures going during the concert and stuff. Mm-hmm. Before the concert started, it said, turn off your cell phones and, had like rules flashing and stuff.
Yeah.
And then at the end it said, the Eagles appreciate your cooperation. And so my brother and I were joking that they had like physical eagles in the building, like, animal eagles that were ready to like come and snatch cell phones away if like you brought them out. So they just like fly down and swoop in. The Eagles appreciate your cooperation. And then you know how it goes. It just got more intense from there. So, like, instead of grabbing the cell phones, eventually they started just grabbing people by the shoulders and just throwing them out of the concert hall to a giant pit backstage that no one could see.
Yeah. In all seriousness, I kind of, not strongly, but kind of want to toss some people out of the concert. So you're sitting there in this concert, amazing concert, right? And the ability to control volume and sound is so important for the concert. So it's like you got to be quiet and you got to be loud. You got to be able to do both really powerfully. But then like there's moments of silence, right? In songs where it's clearly like a few seconds of just nothing. Everyone's just sitting there just ready to go. The orchestra doesn't do anything. And then somebody's phone goes off and I was like, no! How could this happen?
You should get those E&M propagators that can like cancel out cell phone signals and stuff. They should just have those installed in all the concert halls.
Yes.
Like you just can't get a signal. It forces airplane mode on every place.
That would be ideal. It just ruins special moments. In a movie, it's like important. I feel it's like really important, but like not as important as a once-in-a-time live experience that will only happen twice before it never happens again. Like, it's gonna be gone. Like, no more.
To explain, the concert happens twice.
Yeah,
people
sorry. Right. We only did 2 concerts. one at 5 and one at 8.
So, and plus, if you see the first concert and then a phone goes off, you have to buy tickets for the second concert just to make sure you have the proper experience. So that's an expensive endeavor.
Indeed. So, I think there is no means too great to get concert goers to understand the proper etiquette. Etiquette is the word I was thinking of.
Yes.
I think full computer lockdowns until requirements are met. And I think Sigourney Weaver needs to be hired.
This definitely has to happen.
These things, I think this will fix our problem. Actually, I don't think this will fix our problem. I think it will be the best way to fix the problem. But somebody's still going to show up in their jeans and a t-shirt because they love their family. And because they don't want to be there, but they're going to come anyway. I wish the concert mentality was now as it was back in the day. I feel like back in the day it was like you show up in a suit. You show up like you're taking your lady out for a nice night on the town and going to a concert, and your lady's all dressed up and you're all dressed up. And
I was just going to say, in terms of like reaching people and communicating that effectively, that's as optimal as you can go. It always surprises me how ineffective some forms of communication can be with people, but those people are just unreachable. There's like a 10% of the population that you just will never be able to communicate anything effectively to them in any form of mass communication protocol. But
that's true.
So you just have to kind of let that fall by the wayside. Just assume that there's going to be 10% of people that just didn't get the memo just because there's no way to get them the memo. It just doesn't work. Unless you like knocked on their door personally after they bought the tickets and explained the situation to them.
And then we'd only get 8% after that, and there'd still be 2%
there'd still be
just wouldn't get it.
They didn't remember. They totally forgot about it right after you knocked on the door.
After I show up at their door
personally,
in my concert attire with the orchestra to give me background music
and Sigourney Weaver to actually do the narration while you're there.
I'll just be a prop. And Sigourney Weaver will be like, "This is our concert person, our performer. See how he's dressed? You should dress kind of like that too. If you don't want to feel like a weird person and you don't want to feel underdressed."
I was actually hoping that you would lip sync what Sigourney Weaver was saying.
She could just be standing like this against the door on the other side, on the right side of the door, and just like speaking, and I'll just be like
opening your mouth and words just flow out in the beauty of Sigourney Weaver's voice.
Who is this man? Who does he sound like? I know this voice from somewhere. I think then we'd still only have 98% compliance.
Even after that unforgettable experience.
Maybe 99% compliance.
There's still going to be that one guy.
Still going to be one guy. But see, no, but for realsies, like, if we got to 90% of the people, I think that would cause a mental cultural shift. The 10%, the only way to communicate with them is the cultural shift.
Mm.
You show up in your jeans and your t-shirt to the concert hall, and like everyone's dressed up.
Ooh.
And it'd be like, ew. And then I think 9% of those people, or like 99% of those people of the 10%
That's true.
would get the message.
I forget that other people do actually care what people think about them. It's never been a motivation for me, but I forget that can be effective.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. It works for, see, but then there's still
that one guy.
There's
always going to be that one guy.
That one guy.
You're never going to reach him.
That doesn't care, that doesn't want to care. And you know what? Despite his standing ovations and catcalling and jeans and a t-shirt, I'm still glad he comes. I'm still glad he makes it there. I don't know why he's there, but still, I'm glad he's there. I'd rather him come than stay home, from the concert. I'd rather he be there, even if he's gonna do these things. I'd still rather they come.
You're a much kinder man than I am.
Would you just be like, no, you can't come in?
I'd much rather just sift them out, We're gonna have a completely compliant crowd.
Right.
Get out.
Just like train some eagles for the rafters where the lights are, and just snatch up people, and then pretty soon everyone figures it out. Like, who's getting snatched? That dude was wearing jeans. Oh no, I'm next. It'd be perfect.
Even if everyone's compliant, they just get like 4 or 5 people just to remind them that they're there. Always
like,
get people
just
into
like-
fear.
Like, people who are dressed up, like, trained people who do this all the time, like, go out there and they sit there, and they do their first standing ovation, and, like, grabs him and takes him away. But he was ready for it. He knew it was coming.
Hire pre-trained.
Yes!
Hire non-compliant people to come. Oh man!
And then everyone would get the message real quick, and we don't have to pay anyone for their injuries from eagle talons grabbing their flesh.
They got shoulder pads ready to go.
Yes. Yes. I think between computer lockdown, Sigourney Weaver, house visits, social norm,
Public shaming.
public shaming. Thank you. And the fear of eagles snatching you away. I think between those 5 things,
You could legitimately solve the problem, I'm pretty sure.
I think we would get 100% compliance. I think that would be perfect. So, for context, I didn't tell David anything about this beforehand. I was just like, wait, add this to the show notes. and he did, diligently, like a true friend, like a good friend. And so, I was at the mall the other day, and I was with my girlfriend. As far as shopping goes, I'm either like there to browse or I'm there to get something. If I'm there to get something, I want to be there for 30 seconds. If I could, so we go to the faster I can be in and out of a store, the happier I am. Or I'm there to browse, which means I don't want anyone to talk to me. I just want to walk around and look at stuff. That's my goal, right? That's my goal.
Right.
So we go to this store, and I'm with my girlfriend, and she wants to go look at all the clothing stores because she likes to look at clothing because we're browsing. So we go and we start browsing, and everything's fine and dandy. A couple of the stores, like we go in, some lady comes up to us and wants to say hi and introduce herself and let us know that if there's anything we need, we can talk to her. And it's like, okay, thank you. Don't. Okay, I get it. Don't talk to me. I'm not here to talk. I'm here to look. But we go to this one store, and this lady comes over, and this is gonna sound ridiculous. Anyway, she comes over, and she wants to do the whole talking to us thing, to my girlfriend. Like, we're clearly together, like, we're standing together, and she, like, comes directly to us. She turns to my girlfriend, and, like, only talks to my girlfriend. Not even, like, socially, like, you can aim your talking at a group.
Like the triangle formation.
Right, exactly. She honed that into a line to my girlfriend, and then, like, glanced at me a couple times, and I was like, It was so awkward. Afterwards, I was like, who does she think she is? And then my girlfriend happily pointed out, she was like, this is a dress store. Like, this is a girls' clothing store. I was like, but that doesn't change anything.
To be fair, I guess in context, what would you have preferred happen? What did you want her to say to you in the dress store?
See, I don't think that I wanted her to say anything. I think I just wanted her to, like,
acknowledge that you were there.
Right. Acknowledge that, like, we were together at this store. I don't know.
Okay, we have totally different perspectives on this because I would be joyful to know that the person at the store has no intentions to talk to me. I'd be...
I agree. But then, like, I feel like I'm, like, socially sucked into this conversation that I'm also, like, not able to be a part of. But it's not, I'm just being unfair. It's not fair. It's not nice. I should just accept that she knew what she was doing.
I think this is tied to a more important question of should men even be allowed to walk into dress stores? I think there's just be like a barrier that says like if you're a man, just wait outside, like because no man wants to be there anyway. So I think it'd be better if we just like include that again, kind of as a cultural thing. Just
that's not a bad idea.
The girl gets to go in and look at dresses, and then if she really has a question, she can like intercom you maybe. Intercom. There's like a bench you wait outside. like in the prisons with the glass and the booth with like a little microphone that connects you guys. Like so honey, what do you think of this one? Like, there'd be like a waiting area. So there's like the store and then like the waiting area for the guys, the booths on the one side of the store, and then like just like some comfy couches or something. And like sports centers streaming while the guys are waiting.
like above the booth. And then like there's the one guy like sitting at the booth going, I don't know. I think not allowing them in is that would solve many of my problems. Because when I go into usually when I go into the stores I want to go to, people don't talk to me because they understand me and they know me.
Like gaming stores?
I actually don't go to many gaming stores, but yeah, more so like gaming stores. So just barring them completely, barring men, us completely from the store. That would save a lot of trouble.
Because if we really want to be efficient here,
okay,
it'd be more effective if the dress store and the like sporting goods store was actually in the same store. So like half of it is like a women's clothing store and the other half is like sports gear.
Okay.
So and then the booths are in the middle. So that you never have to cross to the other side, but you can just kind of split at the doorway, and then you can communicate with each other if needed through the barrier. And then you just pay separately. There's like a little place to share the credit card if you need to.
Yes.
You put the credit card in a little bin and you give it to your husband, and vice versa. Then you like both come out of the store happy, and neither of you had to walk into the other person's realm.
Yes. I like it. This would solve many problems and create so many more. But that's okay. We don't know what those are until we try it. Because there's like, it's not fair because like there's no way for them to know that I don't want to talk. Maybe like the mall could just have like a hat that I could put on.
A sign that you wear across your chest.
Around my neck that says, please, I'm not a talker. I'm not a talker.
Why are we restraining this to the mall? I feel like we should just have this in public. Please don't talk to me.
Please don't. I'm not a talker. Like, if you need to, it's okay. And then, like, rules and conditions on the bag for, like, when to talk to me. Like, is it an emergency? Like a little questionnaire. Like, you can ask yourself these questions. Like, am I going to talk to this person? Is it an emergency? Do I know you? Like, if you answer no to any of these questions, don't talk to me.
A little flowchart diagram of, like, when you can actually ask your question or not to the person.
Time schedule. It's like from this hour to this hour. And this. I think that would solve the greater problem.
Yes.
But my one problem with this one is that it'll continue to isolate individuals in society.
You make that sound like it's a bad thing. I think that problem is way too deep for us to be answering right now.
You're right.
But it is a good point. It does lead down kind of a slippery slope.
Yes.
Of continued isolation, which we tend to go down anyways.
That's true. So. We'll just worry about that after?
Yeah, well, after everyone's isolated, we're in individual pods that we don't talk to anybody in, and we just kind of travel independently somehow through this world and never see another human being. Then at that point, we'll discuss
it on the podcast.
If we can still reach each other. If they haven't segregated it so much that
it'll be okay. We'll still be able to talk. It'll just be
through an intercom system.
A little dot microphone on the wall. I'll just look at the wall and just talk to you. And we'll record it. And it'll still be the podcast.
So how did we get to this point where we can't see each other anymore because we're all isolated?
Beautiful. Like this, I think this might be a problem. Like, we should probably take care of this. Like, I haven't talked to anyone since I talked to you 2 months ago.
Remember back in 19 and 18 when we used to actually visit each other?
We went together to a place to do a thing. Weird. Those were weird times. Maybe we need a little more of that in our lives. I like it. Swing the pendulum all the way to one side so it can go back to the other side. That's how you get stuff from one side to the other. So signs. I think we'll start small with them all.
Okay.
Little signs you can pick up and put on you if you don't want to talk to anybody. And then we'll expand to the whole world.
Okay.
And everyone can wear these signs.
I think that'll work.
I think that'll work good. I think that'll be great. Canada.
I was going to say.
Explain yourself.
Oh. Well,
Is this...
I was just saying, you went on a trip to Canada.
Yes.
And I feel like...
Oh, you want me to explain?
Yeah, you haven't told me a lot other than you had really good food. Which, I mean, is probably the most important part, but more details would be nice.
It totally was the most significant part. No, I'm just kidding. So I went up with my girlfriend to Canada for a family trip. So we hopped in the car with her sister and brother-in-law. And that was good. I had a good time. I'm slowly getting along with her family better and better, which is good. I like that. And it wasn't as awkward as I was thinking it was going to be, so I was good. I was all good. So we go. We're cruising over, and 14 hours, well, they told me 14, it was 12 hours up. And we got there, and life was good. That's about it. We got there, like, Friday morning. So after driving all night, and we just did stuff all day. Went home, slept, ate some awesome food. Dude, I can't even tell you about all the food.
Remind me.
Okay. So, in Canada, there's these things called donaires, which is like a euro. I think that's how you say it, the Greek one.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess they also do it German style. So it's Canadian, Greek, and German that I know of. They have like a spit of meat that's cooking on this thing, and like they cut it off and they put it inside a pita bread with some sauce.
Oh, yeah.
And they wrap it up.
Like a kebab.
Yeah, yes, but with pita bread. It's like a sandwich.
Okay. So.
Yeah. So there's like
it's a kebab. But anyways, continue on.
Is that what
I don't know if it's pita bread, but same type of idea where they...
Okay, yeah. They cut off the meat.
They cut off the meat from the spit thing and...
Oh, okay, yeah.
All the different ingredients.
Yeah. So it's like common food, right? Mm-hmm. And like, so everyone was talking up these things. Like everyone was like, okay, we're going to get donaires and we're going to get poutine. Poutine's like fries with cheese and gravy.
Yeah. I've had that.
Yeah. Did you have it here? Did you have it in?
I was in Montreal for a
research conference. Okay, yeah.
So I've had that before.
Okay, sweet. So we go, and everyone's talking up these things. Like, everyone's talking them up. They're like, donaires. We're going to get donaires and poutine. I'm like, okay, sounds good. Like, I'm like, when people start talking things up, I have, like, this crazy tendency to be like, I'm not excited for this thing. Like, not at all. Like, I just, like, all my excitement goes for it. Like,
has
everyone...
the inverse effect of what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
the more they talk it up, the less excited you are.
Yeah. Like, I have the same problem with, like, movies. Like, especially the newer Avengers movies. Everyone's like, wee! And I'm like, no, I'm not excited. It's just an unfair bias against the movie. It's not
right.
fair for me to do this, but I'm just kind of like, it's gonna be food, like whatever. So we go to this like hole in the wall donair place and I just get a regular old donair and an order of poutine, just food. And I like took like one bite of this donair and like it was so good. I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is amazing. Like, what is this? This is amazing. I start, like, eating it. I'm like, this is amazing. This is awesome. And I turn and I look at everyone. And everyone's just sitting there. Like, yeah, it's food. I'm like, yeah, it's food. Yeah, this is the greatest food I've had. Almost like, it's amazing. And I can't expresses to you, and you guys just sit there like you haven't been talking it up all the way here, like the whole way here, like everyone's been talking it up, and you guys just sit there and you're like, yeah, they're eating it. They're not saying a word about how good it is, or like, wow, this is great, this is as good as the last time, yada yada. Nope, just silence as they eat.
So somehow the roles like reversed by the time you got out of the car or something.
Yeah. It was a major switch. It was just like, as soon as I had a donair, it was just like, and then I was excited and they were not. And I was like, I don't understand why you're not as excited as I am. But that's okay. So we had donairs and poutine. They were really good. I was really happy with those foods. And I really like the dollar stores in Canada because they have Big Turks. So many Big Turks. At least the first one we went to did. And I like still regret not grabbing more. Like I bought like maybe $14 worth of Big Turks.
For those that don't know, that's a candy.
Yeah, candy bar. It's like a chocolate covered Turkish delight made by Nestle. It's really good. Well, I mean, I think it's really good. Some people don't like it. That's okay. That's okay. I'll just eat theirs. And like I regret not buying more of those. I bought like $14 worth, and I still am like, I made a mistake. I should have bought more. I should have just grabbed more and more and more, like because they don't sell them down here, and it's crazy to buy them on the internet. They're so expensive on the internet. I'm like, no.
How many do you think you could smuggle across the border?
I don't know. I don't know what the customs limit is. Is it like $50 or like a couple $100? Like,
I'm guessing probably by pounds is the measurement.
Oh.
So if you're under like 50 pounds of candy, you're probably good.
50.
I don't know what the limit is.
50 pounds of candy. I can do it.
I doubt they have like a check for candy specifically. It's just how much luggage you can bring.
Right.
As long as you can keep fitting it into suitcases, you're probably fine.
Just got a suitcase and like the customs officer's like, I need to check this suitcase. And he tries to pick it up. He's like, what is in here? And I'm like, dude, check this out. And then he opens it up and it's full of Big Turks. Like just filled to the brim. He's like, what are you trying to hide? What are you trying to smuggle underneath all these candy bars? I'm like, dude, these are what I'm trying to smuggle. They're so good. Here, do you want one?
Bribe him with a handful.
Bribe him with... Okay.
Drop him slowly into his hand.
How many do I need to give you? As I just start dropping handfuls on the ground. How many do you need? Give him $50 worth of Big Turks and just not even scratch my stockpile. Just have fun. Enjoy. Take them to your kids. It'll be great. Those were the highlights. I also had Tiger ice cream. Tiger ice cream. Which is like an orange sherbet ice cream with licorice in it. Really? Like, you know how like Fudge Swirl has like fudge in it?
Yeah.
That's the same way with licorice. It's like the same kind of stickiness.
That doesn't... Orange and...
Licorice.
Licorice doesn't sound good at all. But was it... did you like it?
It was... I think so. I think I liked it. It wasn't bad. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, it was yummy. I ate it and I was like, this is yummy. But not like... I wasn't like, wow, this is amazing. It was like, licorice and ice cream. Licorice and orange ice cream together. I was like, this is a little weird, but doesn't taste too bad. I was a little sad that the ice cream that we got was like very icy and not so creamy. You know, and like that's important to me.
Yeah. To me, ice cream should be mostly sugar.
Yes.
And just sugar that somehow stays together in a nice fluid motion. But yeah. I hate when it's actually like hard and
yeah.
Like, this is ice,
kind of
not cream.
right. And it wasn't like a popsicle, thankfully, but it was like between like a popsicle and a glass of milk. It was closer to a popsicle, which was like, oh no, that's not how it's supposed to be.
I see,
but it was good. It was weird. It was good.
Would you be sad if you never had it ever again?
No. I think I'd be sad if I couldn't share the experience with all the people I take to Canada. But, because I go to Canada. But, I don't go to Canada that often. Like, once in my life. But,
For all the times you've been.
For all the times I've been, like, I like want to share that experience with people, but not like, I don't want to buy a bucket for myself.
You wouldn't pay someone to smuggle some across the border.
No way. Not even. No, I wouldn't go through that hassle. For Big Turks, I would, but not for Tiger Tiger ice cream.
A paid Big Turk smuggler that just brings hundreds of pounds of Big Turks across the border for it.
Just 2 suitcases, throws them in my trunk at the border, and I just drive off. All is well. All's well.
You meet at the imaginary fence and he throws them over for you. And you drive off.
The border guy like looks down the road and he's like, "What the? Why are they throwing it over the? There's no fence there. Like, there's never been a fence. What the hell?
What is wrong with these guys?
These guys are out of their minds, man." And they come over and I'd start running with my Big Turks. No, you can't have them.
You get tackled to the ground.
They open it up and it's just full. Like, why were you running, dude? Like, we don't care. We don't care that you have your Big Turks. And I'd be like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you 1 second. You let me out of here. So,
what are you in for? I smuggled Big Turks across the border.
Been smuggling for 15 years. Got over 30 tons through the border. And they finally shut me down. The other significant thing about Canada. So, going out of Canada, kind of unremarkable. Like we pull up to this big thing that looks like a big old toll booth. And there's just a dude wearing a bulletproof vest and a Canadian flag. And he's like, how's it going? It's like, good. Here's our passports. Here's all our stuff. It's like asking questions about what we're going to do in Canada. It's like, we're here for a family trip for a couple days. He's like, okay, whatever. Hands us our passports. We go on through. All is well. Coming back into the U.S., far more remarkable. So we pull up to the same toll booth looking thing, but there's a whole lot of stuff like in front of the toll booth thing too. So we pull up and there's like this overhanging sign that has like, stop right here if the booth is full. So it's like, stop right here. And so we stop at this place. And then like 100 feet back, there's the booth. 100 feet of road, and then there's the booth that there's a car at right there. So we stop, and the car goes, and we start to go. And like, I noticed that on the left side, there's 3 huge camera arrays. Like these cameras the size of a large mailbox. And it was just like, am I in trouble for something? Like, I feel like I'm in trouble. We drive past these 3 huge camera arrays up to the guard, and the guard's just, dude, another day at work, so he's fine. He's whatever. But I did notice that the door, the Canada side had like a little window, like a drive-through window that you get your McDonald's at. But then like the U.S. side, he had like a big like metal door that was like open, so he could like step out really easily. And it was like, what's up, guy? And you can like see like all of his weaponry on his belt, and you're like, I promise we were just there for a trip. Like, I promise, like, our passports are good, like, I got them, like, all is well, like, please don't take us in for questioning.
There's 3 armored tanks by the side of the booth.
There was a police car on the other side, like, ready to go, like, so, like, there's the booths, and then it flows out to a single road, and then, like, on the flow, there's, like, a police car sitting there just ready to go, and I was like, okay.
This is probably why there hasn't been a successful Turkish Delight smuggling operation yet.
Right. If I was going into Canada, they'd be like, oh, whatever. Be fine, whatever. Like, they wouldn't care. But then, like, the U.S. side would be like, something suspicious in those bags as they look with their infrared cameras through my car.
There's probably huge camera arrays because they're probably taking photos in every spectrum of light. So they get
analyze everything. Yeah, right. So it's like, yeah, like, we see your face, but we also, see, like, your toothbrush and, like, what brand of toothpaste you use. And
they know the gigahertz processor on your computer.
On my computer. We know what kind of gas is in the gas tank. Like, we know what you're here for. We know that you have all the Big Turks. And we're not letting you get through now with those things. You monster. Like, no!
Any other adventures of Canada that you wish to expound?
No, No, everything was like very much like it felt very much like the United States. Like, I didn't feel like I was anywhere different really. And then like every once in a while I'd be like, I'm in a different country. Weird. We never got Tim Hortons. I guess like Tim Hortons is a big deal.
I'm not familiar.
It's just like a coffee donut shop thing. And like it was good, but it wasn't like good enough for anyone to like bring me a Tim Hortons donut and be like, you need to eat this. Like, if somebody had done that, I would have eaten it gladly, because I like my sweets. But
is that what qualifies something to be good? Is that someone has to be willing to just summon it to you? Food isn't worth eating if it's not just brought to you on a silver platter.
Right. They'd better show up in a butler uniform with an accent and a big silver tray with a little tiny donut in the middle, and a little the metal cover, so they can just whoosh it, and I can take it. Pluck it from their silver tray and munch on it and see if it's worthy of my acknowledgement. Yes, I like it.
So it's interesting that you say that you didn't notice Canada was that much different, because when I went to Montreal for that research conference, that's the French side of Canada.
Right.
And I'd always known there was, French Canada and English Canada. I didn't realize how much it was the French part. When they did, like, kind of like here when you have cereal boxes and stuff and just other items, sometimes they'll have the English translation and then they'll often put the Spanish translation underneath.
Yeah.
But over there, like, they'll have the French translation first and then the English translation sometimes. Like, I was amazed. I thought it was like, oh, there's people that speak French there. But it was mostly French speakers that happened to speak English that didn't like when you spoke English to them because they thought French was much superior. It was really weird walking around and like seeing all the signs in different languages and stuff. It was like, oh, like this is not, we're not in Kansas anymore. Like, this is a different language and stuff.
See, that's interesting.
So I liked Montreal. There were some good parts. They had this like mobile art display going on at the time. It was the coolest thing. Like they set up this set of swing sets in just like this random part of town, and they had this huge projector going on to one of the buildings at the time. And it was like this game of like Blockus or something where as the swings would move back and forth, it would move the pieces in the game on the projector. And so the goal was like to keep the ball in play and like hit things with the ball and stuff. And it bounced from the different swing sets as they were moving back and forth. It was really cool.
Wow.
But it was like there for like a week and then gone.
What?
Like they took it down, they put it up and took it down in like a week's time. It was crazy. Like the last day of the conference, we go like, let's go look at the swing set thing before we go. And then it's like not there. It's just like totally disappeared.
That's so sad. That's a tragedy that they only left it up for like a week. That sounds really cool.
I think it was mobile, so it was like traveling. But even still, I was like, wow, this is really cool and must be really hard to set up and just take with you places,
Right. I mean, you project that you're like onto a building or onto a huge thing. Like, that's
Can you imagine every time you wanted to play like a video game with your friends, you like had to bring your whole swing set with you? Like, oh my gosh, just gotta bring the equipment. I'll just set it up in the backyard.
You got like those easy snap poles. You're like snapping poles together to make your swing set. You're like, quick, hurry, quick, before time runs out. I need this.
Let me just get my power screwdriver. It really speeds up the process of putting this thing together.
Excellent. Okay.
Should we tell people that we are sitting in the dark because the person that was supposed to reserve this sound booth for us didn't show up?
It didn't show up to work.
We broke into the sound booth and just started recording.
But we couldn't find the remote to turn on the lights.
Oh, crap, I don't have internet in here.
What?
We should probably figure this out.
We should.
I'll go pull it up on here later.
Technical difficulties. Please hold. I think next time we should print it out.
Yeah, that's probably good.
And then I can take written notes, because that's the best way to take notes for me.
But that is assuming that the lights are on.
Right. So, what I said before about bubblegum, I wasn't lying. I love the stuff. It's so good. My sister doesn't like it, but I like it. It's good. You eat it and you're like, nom, 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 nom. Bubblegum. And then you blow bubbles with it. I just love the bubblegum taste. It's kind of like birthday cake taste. It's one thing we're going to get out of the way right now, you and I. Not David and I, but you and I, the listener and I, is that I love bubblegum and birthday cake flavored things. And cotton candy, too. Yeah. In Canada. And I had the greatest cotton candy ice cream I've ever had in my entire life. It was so yummy. Except for I only got a couple bites of it.
Are you done describing that to the listeners? You feeling good?
So, I'm going to guess you have a greater understanding of the situation. So, if you'd please enlighten me.
Depending on when you're listening to this, you may recall the great email raid of May of 2018. Basically, there was a big agreement in the EU about privacy laws and how companies are able to communicate with people through email and different things. And it's all into this big thing called GDPR compliance, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, the point is, regardless if you lived in the EU or not, every company and their dog was emailing everyone saying that their privacy policies have changed to be compliant with the GDPR compliance and all these different things. And so the main thing was that everyone's email inboxes just got flooded with all these privacy policy emails. And I really didn't care. Like, I'm glad the companies are responsible enough to acknowledge this and communicate this and do all these things. But it was more horrifying for me to realize how many companies had my information. As I just looked through those, I was like, wow, this company still has my email address? I got like hundreds of them. And it was more horrifying just to realize that my email is everywhere on the internet. I should probably start to, unsubscribing from some of these lists and things like that. So I don't know if you had a similar experience.
I did not have hundreds. That's a horror to open up your email and all of these. Our privacy policy is updated for every company you've ever signed up for. That's awful. I bet you that happened in my other email. Because I have the old email that I used to use. That is
spam email.
Right, that is now quarantined. I don't touch it. I don't log into that email anymore. It's I'll just leave this to fester and die. Because that was back in the good old days when I was a kid. So now my current email, I'm pretty strict with unsubscribing from things. I'll be sitting there, and I don't know if you ever get these, but like a fit of cleaning. I get these sometimes where you'll be sitting there and it's this place is filthy. I need to clean it. That happens with my email box sometimes. I'll get 20 emails or so, and I'll be looking through them, and I'm I don't. Why am I I don't want emails from any of you. Why are you all sending me emails? I start unsubscribing from things. But the one that got me on the privacy, the GDPR compliance emails, were that one of them was sent to me, and it's the one that I've specifically unsubscribed from. Okay, I've unsubscribed from their service. I'm I don't want emails from you. And then I go and I click on the email and I scroll down to find the unsubscribe button. It's this is a privacy policy. We have to send this, so there's no way to unsubscribe from this. And I was no, you don't understand. I don't want to unsubscribe from the privacy policy updates. I want to unsubscribe from everything. I don't want anything from you. I want you to get rid of my email out of your database and never email me again.
I don't want you to know that I exist anymore.
Right, exactly. So, exactly. I was kind of upset. I was why can't I get away from this thing? Why do you have my information? Why are you doing this to me?
I have one company that's like that where they have different mailing lists. Mm-hmm. And so I keep trying to unsubscribe from that company, but it's oh, you just unsubscribed from the, privacy policy list. You didn't unsubscribe from the daily email list or the weekly update list. And it's how many of these lists do I need to unsubscribe from? Is there not just a unsubscribe from all? There needs to be just an obliterate button that you can just press. Kind of like the unsubscribe button, but it actually goes straight to the database and just a mechanical arm rips out the part of the server that's storing your information.
It's this bit of data and pulls that little part of the disk out.
This information needs to be destroyed. How do I get this to happen?
Right.
I do not want you to have that.
Right. That, seriously, is one of my biggest complaints with companies and their email list. Okay, we're going to save the world. Okay, this is something that needs to change. This is a problem. Because there are some where it's I'll click on the unsubscribe button. It takes me to a window and it says, okay, are you sure you want to unsubscribe? you're not going to get any emails from us anymore. And I'm like, okay, that is what I want. Unsubscribe. And there's a big button, unsubscribe, and there's a cancel button underneath. And you're like, take me off your list. Click the button. And it's like, okay, you're off. You're good. One of them that I clicked on, okay, I click on this one, and I click unsubscribe. And it says, okay, it'll take 24 to 48 hours to process your request. I was like, how many hours? How many hours? You can receive information as, like, it doesn't take you 24 to 48 hours to go through your database and delete my email. Like, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted from you. And you're going to spend 2 days sending me more emails, trying to get me to stay on your service.
Aaron, what you don't realize is that there's a guy that has handwritten the entire email list.
And he's got to go through and pull it through.
He has to go through that message, and then he has to hand erase the paper with all the emails on it. And so it's actually kind of just like a money-saving thing on their side. So.
I see, yeah.
We should require this upgrade.
Yes, indeed. So they don't have to
companies.
go and pull out their piece of paper and erase my name. Like, it should just be, or there's another one. So there's the it's going to take some time. Like, it's not going to take some time. It never takes some time. It doesn't take, I know computers. It doesn't take time. Like, I can buy a car right now. Like, I could buy a car. It'll take no time at all. Like, don't tell me it's going to take time. Or there's another one that I've seen. The one you're talking about with, like, you unsubscribe and then it's like, okay, you're unsubscribed from blankety blank whatever news and updates. And you're like, what? Like, no, you don't understand. Like, I don't want any emails from you. And there's, like, nowhere to go to the list to say I don't want anything. So there's, like, the list, you've unsubscribed from one item when I really wanted everything gone. And then there's the one, this one is the most frustrating. You click unsubscribe and it takes you to the page, and the page is so unclear what you're supposed to do to unsubscribe. Like, it's, like, as unclear as it can be. Like, a box is checked already, and there's, like, a continue button. And, like, all the wordings are all wrong, and you're like, do I uncheck the box? Do I check the box? Do I click continue? Do I need to click continue? Am I unsubscribed? Am I not? Like, the vague, like...
And again, like, 8 mailing lists on there. It's like,
Right.
Is this one getting rid of all of them, or am I subscribing to all of them? Or...
Right, you
I know
start
what
checking
you're talking
boxes,
about.
and you're like, wait a second, what does this mean? Am I... What do you mean? So this the unclear unsubscribe. Like, I'm fine if they want to clarify, and I'm fine if they want to be like, okay, we don't want to take you off of everything immediately, but if that's what you want, like, here's a button to do it. We're going to unsubscribe you from this. Did you want to unsubscribe from everything? And I like, that's okay, that's understandable, but it can't be vague and it can't be unclear, like, what I'm supposed to do. Like, this is my information, and you're, like, holding it hostage behind, like, a veil of secrecy and misunderstanding. And it's like, why are you doing this to me? I don't want emails from you. You're cluttering up my inbox. This is a great problem.
I was just trying to think of proper ways to solve this. I mean, obviously, the simple way would be to have everyone do that unsubscribe big button,
Yeah.
which is the best way.
Yeah. See, the problem with solving this problem is that it's a problem that's not an incidental problem. Like, it's not like an accidental problem. Like,
Right.
They're not accidentally doing this way. And I like, some companies probably are. But, like, enough
Intentionally
companies...
trying to confuse you.
Right. Enough companies have it right that it's like, if you're not doing that, if you're not doing it the way that would be the easiest, then you're trying to make this difficult. And you're trying to sell me stuff. And it's like, they've lost the war, but they want to keep fighting the battles.
It's like the door-to-door salesman that won't leave your house.
Right. It's like, no, you don't understand. Like, I'm not interested. Like, I don't want your emails. I'm not going to buy anything from you. So why are you still here? Why are we still having this conversation?
I think the best solution to this problem is that uninteresting companies just shouldn't be allowed to send emails. You have to go through, like, a checklist of how interesting your company emails would actually be. And then you can't subscribe, or you can't have subscribers if you aren't interesting enough. I'm sure that works on a global level.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure everyone has the
definitely,
same interests.
We could even make it like a thing. So, like, we could create a company with this, with, like, that would gather, like, a group of 50 random people, like a jury, to, like, tell us if the company is interesting enough for an email. Like, are you guys interested enough to receive emails from this company? And they'd be like, thumbs up or thumbs down. It'd be like a majority rule kind
They're
of
just
thing.
like, they sit in like an actual juror's box, and there's just a big screen that slides across, and there's the picture of the company and their email, and like
Yes.
they just read it really quickly, and they make a split-second decision off of like 5 seconds of reading.
Definitely. I like that. Like, have like the man for the company, the PR rep or whatever, would like stand up there and be like, okay, this is our thing. And like you're saying, like do a quick presentation. You got like 30 seconds to talk about your company and then like 5 seconds for the email. Like the email will pop up for 5 seconds. And like they have 2 signs. They have a thumbs up and a thumbs down. And they just, or a button. I guess a button. We don't need to do signs. This is the modern age. So they press a button, yes or no. And if they get enough yeses, you can begin sending emails.
And if you get enough no's, then the trap door opens and the PR rep just falls through and they move on to the next company.
I love it.
And
So-
obviously 50 people is statistically significant enough to
Right.
represent the entire population.
50 random people. Like, by chance, you get, like, 50 random, like, really old aunties and uncles, and you're just like, oh, no! Like, the PR rep comes out, and he's like, I've lost him. It's all over. I think that's the way we're going to solve this problem. It's create our own company to run this jury of 50 people.
And obviously we'd have enough authority to just enforce that upon all companies in the world.
Oh, yeah.
With our statistically significant 50 people.
Right. Be like, no, you can't send emails. And they'll be like, but. And we'll be like, no, you we'll destroy you. And then they send out an email and we destroy them. What would we do if they break compliance to our rules?
Well, we have those trained eagles from the standing
yeah.
ovations. We can send them.
They're like, I'm going to send emails anyway. And an eagle just comes through the window and grabs them and takes them away. Like, no!
They just raid the company building and start destroying stuff.
I'll just be watching from an adjacent building, just be like, shouldn't have done that. I don't like doing this, but you guys shouldn't have done that.
You know the law.